One of the things that oftentimes people do not realize or understand when it comes to going on an intentional manifestation journey is the fact that it's not just about the things that you are trying to manifest. There are so many unexpected benefits to using intentional manifestation in your life. And that's why on today's podcast episode, we are going to be talking about the 3 top unexpected benefits that you can get from going on your manifestation journey. What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, the podcast that demystifies all of the nonsense that surrounds manifestation and gives you a realistic view of what it's like to be on a personal, professional, and spiritual growth journey. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation and money mindset expert, and I'm so happy you're here. Let's fucking do this thing. So majority of the time when people choose to get into manifestation, the law of attraction, spirituality, all of these different things is because they're unfulfilled with their life in some sort of way. They're unhappy, they lack in different aspects, and they're wanting to create more abundance. And while manifesting the money is really fucking cool, while manifesting the house, the partner, the job, whatever it may be, is incredibly fulfilling, the reality is that going on an intentional manifestation journey is so much deeper than that. There's so many hidden benefits to committing to and choosing to pursue your manifestations that you may not see on the surface level and that you may not understand by just studying some of the traditional manifestation resources that have been presented to the world. And that's why on today's podcast episode, we're going to be going deeper than the surface level manifestations and really diving into the hidden benefits of you choosing to pursue your highest, greatest, best life and manifesting all of the things that you desire. So one of the coolest things that I see with every single woman that comes on board and joins the Abundant AF Babe Academy is that they come to the table saying, okay, yes, I'm here to manifest more money. I'm here to manifest more fulfillment in my career. I'm here to build this big, beautiful life that I desire for myself. And by the time that they get to the end of the academy, they're like, oh my gosh, it was so much more than that. I didn't even know that there were these parts of myself that I was going to uncover and explore and love and accept on a completely different level than I ever could have before if it wasn't for choosing to do this. And that was my own experience with starting my own intentional manifestation journey as well. Was at the get-go, I believed that it was going to be about the money. It was going to be about getting out of the job that I hated. It was going to be about feeling a little bit better on my day-to-day basis, but I didn't understand the deep and profound impact it was going to have on who I was and who I am as a human being, the way that I operate in the world, the way that I see myself, the worth that I carry inside of myself, and the connection that I've been able to make to myself, to the universe, and to other people because of it. And like I said, we're going to be diving into 3 unexpected benefits that you will experience on your intentional manifestation journey as you choose to go all in on yourself and pursue a life of more. But before we do that, I want to let you know that enrollment is open right now for the Abundant AF Babe Academy, which is my signature online manifestation program that has been designed specifically to help you remove all mental, emotional, and energetic blockages that have been holding you back from manifesting that dream life, so that you can fully step into the highest and greatest version of yourself and finally manifest the money, the job, the connections, the relationships, the love, the worth that you have been wanting for yourself. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that enrollment will be closing on February 28th of 2023, and that there's already 20% of the spots in the academy that have been filled. So if you are wanting to change your life forever with intentional manifestation, I highly suggest you go click the link down below in the show notes to come on board for the academy. You can join directly from the webpage, and claim your spot inside of the academy, because this round is going to fill up and I will not be opening the academy again for the foreseeable future. So again, if you've been wanting to change your life forever with intentional manifestation and you are ready to go all in on yourself, go click the link down below in the show notes to come on board and join the Abundant AF Babe Academy. If you want to see me face to face and have a conversation before you choose to come on board, you can also click the link down below to schedule in a free 30-minute consultation call with me. This is your opportunity to ask any questions that you may have about the academy and have all of those cleared up before you make the decision to come on board. But with that being said, back into what we've been talking about with these 3 unexpected benefits to going all in on your manifestation journey. First benefit is that you'll have a deep and fulfilling understanding of yourself. And this, like I mentioned, is one of the biggest benefits that I saw for myself. And one of the things that I did not understand was going to be a part of this manifestation journey. And so why do you gain this deep and fulfilling understanding of yourself on an intentional manifestation journey? You gain this deep and fulfilling understanding of yourself because in order for you to clear out the different mental, emotional, and energetic blockages that you are experiencing, there is a part of the process that requires you to dive deep into your own inner workings, your subconscious mind, the things that you've experienced in the past, what you're still holding on to, the ways in which you may be self-sabotaging or degrading yourself or putting yourself low on the totem pole, and really being able to create an understanding, an acceptance, and a forgiveness for those things so that you're able to reclaim your power, to unbecome all of these things that haven't been serving you and get back in touch with your truth. Get back in touch with the innate power that lies inside of you and really build a life based off of that. And what I've seen for myself and for the women that I have worked with is that oftentimes, given the circumstances that we had growing up or what we've been conditioned to believe we have to fit into in our world on our day-to-day basis, is not who we actually are at our core. And when you are given the right guidance and tools to be able to dive into why you've done those things in the first place and understand the story in which you are presenting to the world, why you're showing up for life in the way that you are able to really deeply connect to what feels authentic to you, what feels in alignment to you, and what doesn't. And once you can identify those things that do not, you can slowly but surely start to remove them from the way in which you're showing up for life and really just get back to who you are. I like to call this like a homecoming to yourself. It's not this journey of like becoming somebody that you're not in order to manifest what you want into your life. It's a journey of unbecoming all of the shit that you think you've had to become in order to fit in the world and protect yourself from the wounds and the hurt and the pain that you've experienced, and releasing those things so that you can finally come home to yourself. And it is truly one of the most beautiful experiences. If you would have told me 3.5 years ago when I first started my intentional manifestation journey that it would have been this journey to love myself so deeply, to understand myself so deeply, to feel fulfilled and just so comfortable in the skin that I'm in, I wouldn't have believed you, because I didn't think that that was possible for me back at that point. I used to so deeply hate myself and feel like I needed to be somebody different in order to accept who I actually was. And now being on the other side of it, I'm so deeply in love with myself, with my life, with the way that I show up for the world, and only get closer and closer to the most true and authentic version of myself as I continue on my manifestation journey and as I continue to pursue really being that most authentic version of myself. And as a byproduct of you getting closer to yourself and stepping into your truth, your manifestations are a byproduct of that. And this is one of the things that I always love to talk about with the women that I work with, is that you are the center point of your manifestations. A lot of the times, traditional manifestation resources will teach us to point the finger outwards and be like, okay, like I want to manifest that money. I want to manifest that job. I want to manifest that person. I want to manifest XYZ. And instead, turning that finger back around and pointing it at yourself and saying, I'm going to focus all of my attention here. I'm going to put all of my power back into myself because I am the center point of my manifestations. And when you do that, these external things that you desire are a byproduct of you getting so fully in alignment with yourself. So that is your first unexpected benefit of going on an intentional manifestation journey. Second benefit, and this is the benefit that I have just fully been able to honor and get in touch with over the past year and a half of my life and my manifestation journey, which is gaining a deeper connection to your body's wisdoms. So what do I mean when I say gaining a deeper connection to your body's wisdoms? What I mean is that you already have all of the answers inside of you that you need right now in order to create the life of your dreams. And a lot of the times we can be so disconnected from that because of media, because of what we're taught to consume, because of the stories and the experiences and the traumas and the pains that we've experienced growing up. And all of those things get you further and further away from your own inner knowing and your own body's wisdom. But as a woman, especially, your power lies in your body. Your power lies in your feeling. It lies in your intuition. It lies in the way in which you move physically, literally, inside of your body. And when we are disconnected from that, it makes manifestation so much more challenging. That's why so many of us are conditioned to believe that we have to be a part of the hustle culture. We have to be a part of these systems and structures that are in place that is making life feel like this uphill battle. When in reality, if we as women, as divine feminine beings, can return back to our bodies and listen to and tune into what our bodies need and what our bodies are telling us, then we are connected to the most magnetic energy for manifestation. The feminine energy is the most magnetic energy for manifestation. And no matter what your gender is, you have feminine and masculine energy. And typically 90% of women have a feminine core. And even if you are a woman who does not have a feminine core, you still have the feminine energy inside of your body, and that requires you to connect back to your body to be able to tune into it and trust in your body's wisdoms. And when I say body's wisdoms, you can also perceive this as like intuition or inspiration. Literally, physically, through how you feel, the way that you treat your body, the way that you nourish your body, the way that you honor your body, you are going to get closer to your intuition and to your inspiration to be able to more effortlessly manifest the things that you desire into your life. And this is so counterintuitive to anything that we are taught in our world and in our society today. So I understand that if you're listening to this and you're like, what the fuck do you mean, Kat? Or that's a bunch of bullshit and that's not true. That's okay. I was there as well. It took me a minute to actually accept this as a concept. And now that I have in my own life, manifestation has never been easier. Literally never been easier. Manifestation is so fucking easy for me now that I feel as though I do not have to do anything. It's more of a matter of being in my body, being in a state of honoring myself, being in a state of trust, being the embodiment of my manifestations. And that all comes from gaining this deeper connection to your body's wisdom and honoring your body's wisdom. And this is one of the number one things that we do inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy, because when you can do this, manifestation truly, it just becomes so natural. It doesn't feel like this constant thing that you're working towards, another thing that you're putting on the checklist, another thing that becomes a part of hustle culture, because that's not true manifestation. That's controlling, that's manipulating, that's trying to make the universe move in ways to support what you think it is that you need, as opposed to getting in touch with yourself on this deeper level, and as a byproduct of that, manifesting what you desire into your life. So that is your second unexpected benefit of going on an intentional manifestation journey. And the third, and this has been in my experience the most profound thing that I've experienced as a benefit on my intentional manifestation journey, is creating a deeper trust in yourself and in a higher power. And so within this, again, as women, we in our world today, in our society, for the past however long time, have been conditioned to not trust ourselves. We've been conditioned to put our trust into things externally from ourselves to say that we are okay, to depend on external validation to say that we are worthy, to look outwards for all of the answers, when in reality, you are the answer. You trusting so deeply in yourself is the answer. I always say that self-trust is the number one tool that you can have for the manifestation process, because when you trust in yourself, when you trust in best case scenario being the inevitable for your life, when you trust that the better it gets, that there's nothing that can stop you from having, being, and doing every single thing that you want, then that's what becomes true. And that's where this higher power, the universe, God, your angels, your guides, whatever it may be for you, come in and support you. Because that definite energy of, fuck yes, this is true for me, I trust in myself, that is one of the most potent energies that you can emit out into the universe, which then by the law of attraction attracts back in that certainty, in like vibrational experiences. As opposed to a lot of the times, and again, what we've been conditioned to experience as women of not trusting ourselves is this wishy-washy energy, this back and forth of, I don't know, can I, maybe, not certain, whatnot. All of that energy, that wishy-washy energy doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't do anything for your manifestations. And it really is just wasted energy being emitted out into the universe and being returned back into your life by more uncertainty, by things feeling confusing, feeling like a mixed bag, feeling like you're not getting necessarily what it is that you truly want or desire. So creating this deep internal trust inside of yourself and deep trust in the universe, in God, in a higher power, whatever it may be for you, again, that is the key to manifestation. And that is one of the most powerful benefits that you can receive as a byproduct of you choosing to go on this intentional manifestation journey. And I know that in the past few podcast episodes, I've really talked about this and haven't talked about it a ton on the podcast before, because a lot of people appreciate the fact that I break things down from a more scientific standpoint and more practical, realistic human standpoint. But the reality is like, if you want unrealistic results, if you want something greater than what you could have ever imagined for yourself, greater than what's realistic, that requires you to introduce faith to the equation. And it's okay if faith feels foreign to you right now. I know that I've said this on the podcast before as well. Faith used to feel so fucking foreign to me as well. But faith is a muscle that you can build, and that faith is built when pressure is applied, when you put yourself into those situations where it requires you to trust yourself, where it requires you to trust the universe. Those are such powerful moments for you to receive your manifestations when you take that leap of faith. When you say, maybe this doesn't make logical or practical sense, but I'm choosing to do it anyways. Example of this for me is when I first hired my first manifestation coach. I know I mentioned this on the last podcast episode, but I did not have the money to do it, and I chose to do it anyways. And it was the best decision that I ever made, because here I am 3.5 years later with a completely different reality. That's what's happened for me every single time I've bet on myself. When I moved to New York City, when I've invested in other coaches, when I've said yes to opportunities. Did it make logical or practical sense? Absolutely not. But did I have faith in myself? Did I trust myself? And then did I trust the universe that by choosing to do it, it would lead me to best case scenario? Abso-fucking-lutely. And through choosing to take those leaps of faith, it has brought me to my manifestations, and it has created this deep trust inside of myself and inside of the universe. And so that is your third unexpected benefit that you will gain through going on your intentional manifestation journey, is really building this faith in yourself, a faith in yourself that you've never had before, a faith in yourself that you didn't know was possible. And through that faith in yourself, you unlock so much potential. You unlock infinite potential of what you can create in your life and what you are capable of having, being, and doing. So just to recap on those 3 unexpected benefits that you'll get on your intentional manifestation journey. First one is you will have a deep and fulfilling understanding of yourself. Second was gaining a deeper connection to your body's internal wisdoms. And third is building this deep trust in yourself and in a higher power. And this is exactly what you will get by becoming a part of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. Like I said, all of the women who come on board think they're coming on board to manifest money, and you walk out with so much more than the money. You walk out with the most elevated perspective of yourself and what you're capable of by diving deep into everything that I have provided for you throughout the academy. It is unlike any other manifestation program that is out there on the market. It is, in my opinion, and the opinion of many of the women who have come on board, the only manifestation program that you will ever need. So again, if you are ready to change your life forever with the power of intentional manifestation, you can click the link down below in the show notes to join the Abundant AF Babe Academy. There are limited spots available, so if you are wanting to come on board, you will want to act quickly and claim your spot. And if you have any questions whatsoever about the academy, you can schedule in one of those 30-minute consultation calls or send me a message over on Instagram. I am more than happy to support you with any questions that you may have. But with all of that being said, that's all that I have for you on today's podcast episode. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll chat with you on the next one.